uniform first before you can put your gamer on.
Here comes Ross Detweiler's first pitch at 7:05, right in there for a strike. That's what he was waiting for.
He got off the airplane throwing strikes.
Now, again, that ball club at Harrisburg not going very well, not giving much offensive support. And that's why Ross was 0-3, but he had a good ERA. He has 2 strikes on Delwyn Young, a late insertion into the Pirates lineup because Niger Morgan has a left hamstring that's bugging him. Now, Ross Detweiler's brother is here. Ross told me his brother was flying in from St. Louis for the start. We know Ross's mom and dad are tuned in on satellite tonight. We wish your son well. We enjoyed meeting you a couple of years ago, and it's a wonderful baseball family. Ross grew up in the St. Louis area and went to the same college at that time called Southwest Missouri State, SMS, but now called Missouri State. Same school as Ryan Howard. And here's the 0-2 to Delwyn Young again. Change up for his strikeout. Now, that's not his first major league strikeout. That's his second. He struck out Willie Harris in Atlanta a couple of years ago. Next up is a former batting champion, FREDDY Sanchez, who's hitting .310. And he's in the top 5 in the league in doubles. And then Nate McLeod, maybe their best overall player. The LaRoche brothers have been reunited in Pittsburgh. And the Pirates are 5th in the league, hitting at .263. They're 12th in runs. Only the Giants have hit fewer home runs than the Pirates. So this is a totally different team Ross faces tonight than the one the Nats pitchers were victimized by the Phillies over the weekend. Sanchez at .310. And in the doubles department, 15 of them #1 in the league. He's got a good changeup going here.
Well, they said his velocity down in AA had gone up since spring training. The last pitch right here. Watch the movement. You see the hand speed, just like a fastball, but the grip makes it tail away from the hitter.
Up the middle, Guzman to his left, scoops and drops it. It appears to be his 4th error of the year. We'll see how they score it. Sanchez gets down the line, but that was a very makeable play. Here's our PNC scouting report on Ross Detweiler.
Well, you already know the first one, control those emotions. He's raring to go. The second one, the show will be more fun. As we said in the open, his last outing down in AA, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, got the loss. And then he wants more than a cup of coffee this time. 2 years ago, he had that 1 inning pitched, as Bob said. But if he pitches well tonight, you never know what they're going to do with you.
E6 on Guzman, his 4th of the year, and the Nationals' 38th error in 38 games. Nate McLeod hitting .294. He has an on-base average of .380, and he leads them with 7 home runs and 28 RBIs. In fact, he's homered now in back-to-back games. Big, strong left-handed batter. I asked Ross this afternoon, how hard were you throwing at Harrisburg? You know what he told me? I don't know. I thought that was a great answer.
That is a great answer. I don't know. I don't care. Hitters will let you know how well you're throwing.
In fact, Ross was so reserved and soft-spoken this afternoon, I got most of my scouting report from John Lannon. You know, it's funny, a year or so ago, John Lannon was the one who was afraid to talk in the clubhouse. Now he's got a little seniority.
What, at 25?
Yeah, so he's like Ross Detweiler's big brother now, lockering right next to him. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nate McLeod, 27 years of age. Good-looking ball player out of Muskegon, Michigan, who hit .276 with 94 RBIs last year. Homegrown Pirate. McLeod has risen from the 25th round. There's a former Detroit Tiger, and there's a real-life Tiger. Nice play, buddy. We salute you in more ways than one.
And I don't think anybody's going to fight him for the ball.
I don't think so. Maybe 2. Nats will have to hurry. Guzman turns it not quite in time. That sounded like a broken bat. And Detweiler gets a ground ball for the second out. Nationals defensively, worst in the league with 38 errors now. Guzman and Zimmerman each have 4. So does Nick Johnson, Anderson Hernandez with 3. And then it's Willingham, Harris, and Dunn in the outfield. Austin Kearns has been cleared to swing a bat and to make contact. We could see him if a need arrives later for a pinch hitter. But Elijah Dukes day-to-day nursing that tender hamstring. Cleanup hitter is Craig Monroe. This guy's been around a long time, 32 years of age. Hit only .202 for Minnesota. The Pirates signed him as a minor league free agent. Leans back and fouls it off. He was with the Tigers from 02 to 06. His best season was 04 when he hit .293, and then a couple of years later he had 28 homers and 92 RBIs for the Tigers before batting only .222 in 07. Ground ball to short. Guzman boots another one. His second error of the game and the inning. 5th error of the year. And now it's 39 errors for the Nats.
Well, he's probably trying to go to second base before he picks it up. Well, he just missed it. Didn't look like he took his eyes off of it. Famous Dave's on the Exmo. We appreciate that. I'd be ticked off too, Manny. That's just at this level, you know, you hope the offense is better, but you really believe the defense is going to be better at the major leagues than AA.
Adam LaRoche, the hitter. He's hit safely in 6 of his 9 games lately after an 0 for 18 he suffered through. Ross Detweiler should be in the dugout. Should have been there a while ago.
Well, they're testing his mettle right now. Let's see how he works out of this jam.
He's showing no signs of any kind of nervousness. He's thrown strikes. Hasn't worked behind the count very much. He gets a quality strike there, and the count's 1-1. But because of his defense, he's going to have a 20-plus pitch first inning instead of maybe a 13 or 14.
Well, you see the nice deceptive movement that he has. He hides the ball very well, turns his back to the hitter. Can't make lefties feel comfortable.
He's got a heavy sinker. John Lannon told me that Ross's sinker is considered very heavy, as the players say. We talked about that a little bit over the weekend. Hitters do not like pitchers like this. Not on an evening like this one. Now here's a guy who can catch the ball. Ryan Zimmerman in the top of the first is over. Despite 2 errors, a very impressive 3 outs for Detweiler. For Ross Detweiler, now the Nats bats go to work against another Ross. His name is Ohlendorf. Nationals hitting .279. Only the Dodgers and the Phillies have scored more runs now than the Nats. 192, and Guzman's in the middle of it. 7-game hitting streak. and he's hit safely in 14 of his last 15 games. Ohlendorf is from Texas. He is an acquaintance of Garrett Mott, and he was selected by Arizona in the first year player draft, 4th round in 04, before being traded to the Yankees, and then the Pirates got him in the Xavier Nady deal that involved about 6 players. So here's Guzman batting .381. That ball hit well, slicing away from the left fielder, and that is a fair ball, a ground rule double into the corner. It bounced out of play, hit the back wall, and Christian Guzman has an 8-game hitting streak.
Well, that makes up for one of the errors. Now you got to get another double later in the game. Make up for the second one.
Well, at least the Pirates didn't score.
Well, here it is, a fastball, first pitch right here. He's not wasting any time. Up high. Tails away from the left fielder for a double down the line. Craig Monroe just pulls it back and throws it in, but Christian Guzman is on fire right now.
Now, Rob, did you notice what happened there? The boys, per your request, took the Exmo and moved it over to the other dugout.
Oh, hey,
so we can see the left-handed batters.
I appreciate that.
Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. Move the runner over and you shall score. We'll see if Nick Johnson can do that here.
Well, I appreciate that, Jeff. Thanks for moving over to the other dugout. Hopefully the Pirates don't bother you. And if you want to steal Freddie Sanchez's bats, that's okay too.
But these are friendly Pirates. You don't have to worry about these Pirates. They're competitive, but they're nice guys. And Nick Johnson hitting .333, on base average of .421, coming off a nice weekend series. He had 4 hits against the Phillies, and he was on base 9 times in 4 games. A tradition of innovation is Firestone. 37 singles with Niger Morgan, the speedy leadoff man of the Pirates. Niger Morgan, by the way, 10 steals on the year, 3rd in the league, but they scratched him about an hour and a half ago because of a left hamstring that is not enabling him to play. There's Nick on a 3-0 count. Paul Nart, in his 9th year, the home plate umpire, and he gave Ross Ohlendorf that call. Joe West, the crew chief, 32 years. Ed Rapuano, 19 years at 2nd, and Chad Fairchild at 3rd. The veteran umpiring crew tonight. Three and 2 now to Nick Johnson.
Here's the PNC scouting report on Ross Ohlendorf. He is an Ivy Leaguer, went to Princeton. Traveling man, as we said, traded from Arizona to New York, New York to Pittsburgh. But when he was traded from Arizona to New York, that was the Randy Johnson deal. And decisions. He's gotten a decision in all 7 starts. He's got 4 wins and 3 losses.
Yeah, he sticks around. Good at bat by Nick Johnson. He'll take the walk. And the Nats have runners at 1st and 2nd with nobody out. That'll bring up the red-hot Ryan Zimmerman, the league's leading hitter, with 56. And he's number 6 in batting average at .357. Pirates are the 5th best defensive club in the league. They've only made 17 errors. Jack Wilson has been their longtime anchor at shortstop. Freddie Sanchez at 2nd. And Nate McLouth is a good presence in center field.
And the LaRoches anchor the corners. That would be so cool to play with your brother on the same major league team.
Yeah, especially your kid brother, because you can always beat up on him when things don't go well. Here's Ryan Zimmerman. What a great spot for him in the 1st inning. Ohlendorf starts him with a breaking ball. What else can we tell you about Ryan? Top 8 in homers, top 6 in RBIs, 2nd in total bases to, yeah, you guessed it, Raul Ibanez. Tearing it up at home, hitting nearly .390. He loves this ballpark and the big gaps the Nationals enjoy here. Pretty good location there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Numbers keep on coming for Ryan. Extra base hits, he's up there. Ibanez has 23, Zimmerman 22. In doubles, he's up there. Slugging percentage. His on-base average has been hovering around 400 lately, which is unusual and good for Ryan. Easily off to the best start of his young career. Ross Ohlendorf, 26 years of age, 6'4", 235. After the Pirates got him last year, started 5 games, 0-3, with a high ERA, 6.35. Zimmerman did bite on the breaking ball, 1-2. That one didn't even really take an appeal to Joe West because Paul Nart rang him up.
Yep, broke the plane of the plate.
Well, the Phillies are gone. The Pirates are here, and a nice first inning rally would be a great start to this 4-game series. Guzman doubled opposite field. Nick Johnson walked on a 3-2 pitch. Already a bit of a long first inning for Ohlendorf, who really needs a double play here. Sanchez not playing up the middle as much as the Phillies did at second base. And now with the runner looking in, they will resequence their signs. As you can see, the sun has finally broken through after a mostly cloudy late afternoon, early evening. 60 degrees at game time. It was more of a breeze earlier. It's just a gentle breeze coming straight in from center field right now.
Ryan Zimmerman 30 for 67 in the month of May so far.
Wow. That's 448. That one bounces. No trouble taking that one, and the count goes to 3-2.
4 home runs. He just looks a lot more comfortable almost every at bat. I mean, he's just settled into whatever he and Rick Eckstein worked out this year.
Yeah.
And he's got a very nice approach at the plate.
3-2 pitch coming. And you know what else? The 15th of May will be a little nicer than the 15th of April was.
A little
the
bit.
paycheck got a little bigger, didn't it?
Absolutely, got a little heavier. Talk about a guy throwing a heavy ball. He's got a heavy pocket now.
He likes it. So do we. Zimmerman hammers a double play ball at Wilson. Sanchez will turn the 6-4-3. And Ryan Zimmerman is now hit into 10 double plays this year.
Is he #1 in that category?
Well, on the team easily.
Right, so it stays hot in that category. But you don't like to see this right here from Ryan Zimmerman, especially with Adam Dunn on deck. But he does hit the heavy sinker from Ohlendorf right to Jack Wilson, as we've talked about. Sinkers will induce a lot of ground balls.
Zimmerman and Andre Ethier of the Dodgers have each hit into 10 double plays. Adam Dunn next.
You see the heavy sinker. And the thing about, what you're talking about with Ross Detweiler and John Lannon is just when you're playing catch with your buddy out in the outfield, a guy that throws a heavy ball hurts your hand. Some guys, they just throw it back and forth and they have their little catch. But a guy who throws a heavy sinker like that, it's always dropping and hitting you in the palm of the hand, and it hurts.
Yeah. Or that ball of your hand right at the bottom of your index.
Well, that's the catcher. My good friend Joe Oliver, who I played with for so long, I mean, his finger was purple by the end of his career from having his hand outside the glove and getting hit right where you said, right in the palm of your hand at the base of your pointer finger on your catcher's hand.
Ooh, Adam Dunn, a swing back fastball
That's still a little bit low, though. This is a 6'6" guy, and that's a sinker that's running away into the righty's batter's box. That's a little bit low.
Yeah, we've noticed the umpires pretty much call his strike zone the same as they do for a guy 6'1", 6'2". And Adam listed at 6'6". 1-2 pitch. He threw it away, and a very good play by the catcher Robinson Diaz. Their regular catcher Ryan Domit is hurt right now.
Well, here's the block right there that saves a run for the Pirates. You see how he angles the body back towards the mound so that when it kicks up, it kicks forward.
Ryan Domit has a right wrist problem that has him disabled. 2-2 now to Adam Dunn. A long inning for Ohlendorf, 17 pitches so far. Detweiler had to throw 21 because of 2 errors. Adam Dunn takes that sinker, 3-2.
Well, that's a little different than yesterday, where Jordan Zimmerman had to throw 36 in the first inning.
Yep.
And I think Chan-Ho Park threw 38 in the first inning for the Phillies.
He did.
Rough first innings by the 2 pitchers yesterday.
Jordan acknowledging today that he's got some work to do to get himself more ready for a first inning. Adam Dunn, did he go? No swing, says the third base umpire, Chad Fairchild. And Adam Dunn will walk for a league-leading 33rd time.
Famous Dave's on the Exmo right here. Let's check it out. Here's the slow-mo, 500 frames per second. Ooh. Oh, great call by the umpires.
Nat's got a break.
Yep. We need a few.
2 on, 2 out now. So this pitcher has retired 1 batter, Zimmerman, on the double play. He's given up a double and 2 walks. And we'll see if Josh Willingham can make it hurt. And he's got that location nailed for the most part to the right-handers. Josh in the National League East, playing a team from the Central, has done a good job of wearing out the Bucks over the years.
Did you get a chance to ask Josh how his back felt today after taking a Chad Durbin fastball right in the numbers?
No, I did not, but I'm pretty sure it felt better than it did the day after he made that diving catch in L.A. Oof. He told me that was really a rough one, bouncing around on that turf. He's ripping, and it's foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Cool night at the ballpark. Some folks are still coming in. Nationals at home are 5-11. The Pirates on the road are 5-12. They are 5-4 against the East. The Nats are 2-2 against the Central, having split with St. Louis and Houston. Ohlendorf sure is preoccupied by the speed of Adam Dunn at first base.
Must have saw him score from first a few nights ago.
Yeah. You know, guys are really checking swings on his breaking ball. He must really be making that thing look like a heater until the very last moment. So, Rob, you would think he's got a late breaker here.
Yeah, he sells it very well. Same arm slot when he, the same release point where he releases the sinker from, that slider's coming from.
That's a real good take by Josh. A lot of guys would have struck out there, and the count's 2-2. Josh Willingham has an on-base average of .345 to go with his .208 batting mark. This lineup is full of guys, and Willie Harris is another one next. His on-base percentage is over .400. Selective, smart hitters. On a fastball, Willingham fouls it away. One final in baseball this afternoon. Toronto won again. They beat the White Sox 3-2. And the Toronto Blue Jays have won 4 straight. They're now 27-14. Willingham gets jammed and drives it out to left center. Nate McLouth is there. The Nats are gone. Long first inning. And they strand 2 runners. No score. Center Field Plaza, right into Nationals Park, and those watching in the top of the first, Rob, have to be impressed with what Ross Detweiler did.
Well, anybody would be a little bit unnerved to start his first Major League game, but he strikes out the first batter, and then Christian Guzman kicks a couple of balls around, but he's unnerved. He gets out of it, gets the foul pop-up, and so no damage done in the top of the first inning for Ross Detweiler.
21 pitches, 16 strikes, 2 first pitch strikes. And he faces Robinson Diaz, the catcher. This kid is 25 years of age, from Santo Domingo. Came over from Toronto in a deal for Jose Bautista August 21st of last year. He was the player to be named later. Originally signed with Toronto at the age of 17. Got 6 at-bats for the Pirates in a couple of games last year and had 3 base hits. This year he's hitting .341. They like what they see. And he's hit safely in 9 of his last 11 games at a .343 clip. Detweiler tailing that one away, 89 miles an hour. Manny Acta told us today that Detweiler has thrown the fastball, and you know, velocity's not everything, and Manny said that when I posed that question, but we do like to know how hard a guy can throw, and he said Ross was mainly between 88 and 92. And if you can throw a sinker anywhere near 88 or more, that would be considered a really big major league weapon. He just keeps pumping strikes in there.
Well, I'll give you an example. Chen-Ming Wong, until he got hurt last year, had back-to-back 19-win seasons with the Yankees. No one really knew about him because he doesn't strike out a ton of guys, but he has one of the best sinkers in the major leagues, and he induces 15 to 18 ground balls a start.
Had him reaching, little fly ball, Adam Dunn right there. The May 22nd through May 24th, Friday through Sunday, Battle of the Beltways is coming. Great baseball, fun, giveaways, courtesy of ExxonMobil. On Saturday, the first 20,000 fans receive a free Nats blue cap. And on Sunday, The first 10,000 kids, 12 and under, get a free kids jersey. Wow, what a weekend. Orioles are coming. 888-632-NATS or visit nationals.com. Well, we gave away the red Masson caps on opening day. Now you can come down and get a blue one. Here's Andy LaRoche, Adam's younger brother. Andy, of course, is a right-handed batter. And they got him in a 3-team, 6-player deal last year from the Dodgers. A deal that involved Jason Bay going to Boston and Manny Ramirez to the Dodgers. Andy was headed to Rice University out of Grayson Junior College in Kansas when the Dodgers signed him. Detweiler, pretty good 1-2 pitch. LaRoche is 25 years of age, 4 years younger than his brother. Andy hit .203 with the Dodgers in just 27 games, and then a .152 in 49 games with the Pirates. .261 right now. He's been driving the ball, 9 RBIs his last 15 games. 2-2 from Detweiler. Well, he hasn't even threatened to walk anybody yet. Just everything around the strike zone, a lot of foul balls. And the thing I saw from visiting with Ross for a few minutes this afternoon, he wasn't real wide-eyed about coming back here. He was very matter-of-fact, very calm in the clubhouse. Three-two pitch. Threw a strike. Got a pop-up. Guzman is out. Crowd buzzing as he catches it. 2 outs.
Well, the key is getting ahead and challenging people. In 3-2, he throws a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. And, you know, LaRoche doesn't know him that well, and he pops it up.
Here's Jack Wilson. And if Ross can get the number 8 man, he'd force the other pitcher named Ross to lead off in the 3rd. Starts Wilson.
This is a sinker.
Yeah, 88 miles an hour going down and away hard.
We got 2 heavy ball throwing sinker guys tonight named Ross.
And when it's 60 degrees and breezy,
it doesn't feel well off the end of the inside of the bat.
Yeah, I was going to say good night for the pitchers, but not for the boys holding the wood.
Nope.
1 ball and 1 strike.
And people are wondering at home why the pitchers are being allowed to blow into their hands on the dirt. It's because they get the okay from the umpire. Certain temperatures, you're not allowed to blow on your hand while you're on the dirt. It's a balk.
Can't get the comebacker. Hernandez will play it quickly, and safe on a close play is Jack Wilson. Detweiler jumped and couldn't get it, and by the time it got well beyond the bag, it was a base hit.
Well, this is a slow roller right here, and you got to go get this ball. You can't let this ball come to you. And look at Anderson Hernandez just sitting there waiting on it, and that's a little bit too late for Jack Wilson, who's hauling butt down the line. And if you charge this ball, you have a much better chance of trying to get the runner on a slow roller.
Here's Ross Ohlendorf. 1 for 15 this year. 1 for 22 in his young career.
He's a big kid, 6'4", 235.
Right out to the shortstop, Guzman. On to Hernandez, inning over. Ross Detweiler continues to impress. 2 real good innings. Harris, Hernandez, and Bard coming up. Baseball on Masson, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. And by Jaguar. Visit your local dealer to experience the exhilarating performance of the new Jaguar XKR. Breeze is blowing on a cool Monday evening in our nation's capital. No score. Bottom of the second. 6, 7, and 8 for the Nats. Harris, Hernandez, and Josh Bard. Red loft right up there to our left. Cool thing about that is you can get yourself out on the terrace and have a cool one, or you can kind of hide inside a little bit down below in the red porch. There's Ross Ohlendorf getting ready for his second inning. 25 pitches and 12 strikes in a scoreless bottom of the first. Willie Harris hitting .333 his last 7 games. And he is sporting, because he's walked 9 times recently, a .415 on base percentage. LaRoche on the grass at third. Willie can bunt. He'll take a high strike. Arizona left Atlanta, went to Florida, and the Marlins lead 1-0 in the second. The Rockies are in Atlanta. No score, just underway there. On 0-2, Willie had to be swinging, and LaRoche to Ohlendorf for the first out. That'll bring up Anderson Hernandez. The Yankees are winning again, 6-2 at home over Minnesota. Andy Pettit 3-1 throwing in that game tonight. In the East, Toronto has a 3.5 game lead on Boston, 5 on the Yankees after they won their game with the White Sox today. Anderson Hernandez showed bunt, got LaRoche moving in from third. That's the ball he has to lay off.
And he needs to just try to take that sinker over the shortstop's head.
That was a breaking ball that got in on his bat trademark. Ohlendorf only 5 major league starts before this season. Josh Bard is next, and he's making his 8th start of the year here. He's got some hitters reaching and taking funny swings right now.
And I wonder if Mike Rizzo drafted Ohlendorf back with the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Well, that was in 04. That ball slapped the other way. Diving play, Andy LaRoche over to his brother for the second out. Well done. Had a good hitting approach by Anderson Hernandez.
Well, Anderson takes that heavy sinker to left field, and oh goodness, Andy LaRoche makes a fantastic play. Andy to Adam for the out.
We'll see if Josh Bard can reach here before Detweiler bats. Josh Bard, since returning to the ball club, 0 for 5. 3 for 20 overall in the season. Playing in his 10th game. Switch hitting catcher. And that one almost got Exmo. That was close.
Well, that Exmo camera is very valuable, Jeff. You're going to have to dive in front of it. Here's a look right here. Josh Bard. Whoa, it's coming right at you. 500 frames per second.
Look at him.
Oh.
Look at him shoot that ball.
You can see the black mark from Bard's bat on the ball. This is fabulous. Watch this.
How do you stay with this when this missile
Look at the black mark, though, from the bat.
Okay, he's that good. I believe it now.
That's why Jeff's got the most expensive camera down there.
That ball pretty well hit by Bard, but it'll be a routine play and right for Delwyn Young. Nats are gone. 4 in a row for Ohlendorf. No score after 2. A good Virginia guy, Tony Beasley. He was a coach here 3 years ago and coaching third base for the Pirates. Come on out tomorrow. It's T-shirt Tuesday. Nats Pirates 7:05. First 10,000 fans a free Washington script T-shirt. 888-632-NATS. Visit Nationals.com or stop by the Nationals Park box office and get your tickets today. And remember, our marketing gurus have come up with different sizes on the T-shirts this year. Russ Detweiler completing his warm-up tosses as we go to the top of the third. It'll be the top of the order for the Pirates. Delwyn Young, Freddie Sanchez, and Nate McLouth. Delwyn Young, originally drafted by the Braves, didn't sign, went to Cal State Fullerton, and then signed in the 4th round with the Dodgers. Didn't play a whole lot there. 83 games, 126 at bats last year, hit .246.
Yeah, there was a long line of outfielders in LA that he had to sit behind. But he is a very talented young man. I played with his dad back in the Reds organization.
Ernie Young?
No, it was Delwyn Young, Sr.
Oh, really? Okay.
D.Y.
D.Y.
And he was an excellent ball player himself. Good outfielder.
Now I know where Ernie Young got his nickname, E.Y. Got it. It's all coming together now. Ross Detweiler fans him. And that'll be his 3rd major league strikeout. He's got Young rung up twice tonight.
Well, he struck him out with a changeup the first time around. Now he gets ahead. Northrop Grumman on the pitch track. 90-mile-an-hour fastball on the black. Great location, down and away. And the ball jumps out of his hand. You see that very nice, slow, deliberate delivery. Turn the back to the hitter. And then 90 jumps right up on you.
He is throwing free and easy. Northrop Grumman, by the way, the information systems powerhouse. Well hit up the middle, Freddie Sanchez. That guy's a good hitter. He's a former batting champion in this league. Freddie Sanchez won the batting title in 2006 when he hit .344.
Well, here's a breaking ball that kind of hangs in the zone a little too long, and Freddie Sanchez drives it back up the middle.
He was the first Pirate to win the batting title since Bill Madlock in '83, and Madlock had also won in '81. That Mad Dog could hit.
This kid can hit.
Nate McLeod, yeah.
Would you say he was a 24th round pick?
25th round.
25th round.
Another miscue by the Nats. And Sanchez off to the races.
Well, looks like Ohlendorf has him picked off right there, and almost looks like on that view that Nick tried to throw the ball before he caught the ball and started stepping towards the infield.
That is an E3. The pitcher gets an assist, and then it's considered a caught stealing. We saw this happen a couple of weeks ago. The Nationals have made their third error of this game. 40 errors on the year.
Well, what Nick needs to do, especially with a lefty like Detweiler, is step towards the mound and grab the ball while he's throwing it. As soon as the runner takes off right there, and then you throw it to the inside. And we've hit, I think, 3 runners this year after pickoff plays. And one was in Arizona when I think it was Cintron hit the runner going from second to third, right in the helmet.
Yep.
So we have some pretty good aim. We just have to.
And then Nate McLeod is hurt.
Might have got him in the funny bone in the back of the elbow.
And the trainer will usually shake hands with you to see if you have any kind of grip at all.
That's got a smart, like I said, a very deceptive delivery by Ross Detweiler. He turns his back to the hitter, and then he delivers a 90-mile-an-hour fastball right there, right in the back of the elbow. And if anybody's ever hit that part of their elbow, you know, you get that tingly feeling in your hand, and you lose feeling sometimes. It's not real funny. I don't know why it's nicknamed the funny bone.
Yeah. That's Mike Sandoval, by the way, the Pirates assistant trainer. That's a very valuable piece of Pittsburgh property right there.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. He's going to run down to first. And
you know, and you shake it off, you go down there, but you never know how that thing's going to feel 2 innings from now.
Yes, absolutely. That's what happened to Austin Kearns when he got hit in the hand with a pitch.
And that was Friday night. He's just now swinging a bat and hitting the ball in the cage again and available. Here's Craig Monroe, who hit the second ball in the first inning that Guzman booted. And that ball fouled straight back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Into center, drifting for it, Willie Harris has to make an adjustment, and that ball is out of here. That's a home run. I don't know if Willie could have caught it had he gotten back to the wall quickly, but he kept drifting with the ball, and the Pirates lead 3-0.
Craig Monroe's got all kinds of home run potential. 28 in 2006. And right here, he just reaches out, gets full extension on a sinking fastball, and connects just right with it. Same spot where Ibanez hit a couple of home runs with the Phillies over the weekend. Ball seems to jump out there to right center field.
It sure does. You know, a couple of years ago, the Nationals were trying out center fielders. Ryan Church was out there. Alex Escobar played. And the Nats, Marlon Anderson was playing center field. Craig Monroe's name was one of the names that came up that the Nats were looking at from the Detroit organization. And the Nats at that time were not in a real strong dealing position, but they were searching for an everyday center fielder at that time. And I remember a lot of conversation about Craig Monroe, who that year hit 28 homers and drove in 92 runs. That was only the 25th home run of the year by the Pirates. Monroe's third, and a 2-2 pitch now. And Detweiler strikes out Adam LaRoche looking. His third K of the night.
Here's our pitch track right here on the 2-2 pitch. It's a fastball on the outside corner, set up by that amazing breaking ball that he threw a little bit earlier. And I'm sure Adam, once it got even 2-2, was thinking breaking ball, and he got the heater.
Here's the catcher, Robinson Diaz, and Detweiler. He just spears it. That thing was labeled for center field, and Ross gathers himself, makes a very good play. But a Monroe 3-run homer before this, the big blow at the top of the third.
Monroe home run, which we will see right behind us here momentarily. But Rob, you know, home runs are going to happen.
Right.
The things the Nats have to keep from happening are these defensive miscues.
Yeah, and Ross Detweiler was able to pitch out of a jam in the first inning with a couple of miscues at shortstop. But then, you know, Nick Johnson on the pickoff play, he mishandles a ball from Detweiler, and that would have been maybe one less runner on base. But Craig Monroe makes us pay heavily for our bad defense, and now it's 3-0. And once again, we're chasing 3 runs. We're down, and the offense has to come alive to give us a shot in this game. It's very difficult every night to be coming from behind early in a ball game.
Come on. Detweiler's first major league at bat here in the bottom of the third. I guess we'll see if Ryan Howard left any hitting tips behind at Southwest Missouri State. Late swing, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's two pretty good ones right there. Oh, yeah, Bill Miller. He was a batting champion.
Yes, he was.
With the Giants. Detweiler hustling. Ohlendorf out on a close play. He almost threw that ball down the right field line. Man, he was smelling that first major league hit.
It's nice to be young. Here's Ross hustling down the first baseline. Just missed his first major league hit.
Top of the order, Christian Guzman. And Rob, I know you saw what I saw this afternoon. The Nationals, the entire ball club was on the field 4 o'clock-ish this afternoon working on defense, and that play that did not happen a moment ago was one of those plays they were working on, the pickoff throw to first.
Well, that makes up for the second error right there. Another hit. But, yeah, I mean, they were working on that play, trying to work on that play that Anderson Hernandez messed up yesterday, and we ended up losing the ball game. It's just a question of repetition. You know, I truly believe, and I've said this before, my entire major league career took infield on a everyday basis, not once a week, not twice a month, every day, and you just work on that stuff so it's repetitious, it's habitual. You know where to throw the bases, you know how to hit the cutoff guy, the catcher's arms are in shape and ready to go, throwing guys out at second, things like that. So I just think it's something that you know, you can't say it's a lost art or you know, it's not in fashion. It's part of your job, and it's part of your job description to get out there and work on these things. And if the Nationals have to keep coming out every day early to do infield and make sure they work on this stuff, you know, another 3 errors again tonight. It's just, I've never seen guys that look like they've never been on a baseball field before.
Nick Johnson walked first time after a Guzman double. The Nats had 2 on, nobody out, but Zimmerman hit into a double play in the first inning, and after Adam Dunn walked, Josh Willingham flied out. Guzman single, the first base runner since then. He's running, and he is out at second base. Jack Wilson slapped the tag down on him. The Nats down 3 runs running and 2 outs.
I got no problem, guys, trying to make things happen right here. You see, the story must be Ohlendorf doesn't have a great move to first, and he's slow to home. That's a questionable call right there.
I think he was safe.
I do think he was safe, and we'll see it again right here. See if the arm gets underneath the tag. Well, almost a tie to the runner.
I think Ed Rapurano let the ball beat the runner and automatically called him out when the left hand got on the bag before the tag.
But we need to manufacture some runs, and we need to run a little bit more, and I have no problem with Manny Acta and Guzman trying to get things going right here.
Nick Johnson gets jammed and a pop-up to left. That's Craig Monroe. And the Nats' third comes to an end very quickly. Middle innings coming up, and the Pirates lead 3-0.
To the fourth inning now. Single A Potomac, he was 8-8, but what impressed his manager at the time, Nats bullpen coach Randy Knorr, was his ability to perform under pressure late in the season.
Being in the playoffs, even though it's A-ball, there's a lot of intense times there, and boy, he just really stepped it up. He came up in a big game in Wilmington to win it. I think he gave up one run, and just to see him go after it, seems like he really, dug in there and went after more than the other game.
Ross is one of 3 Nationals players to reach the big leagues the same year that they were drafted. Of course, Ryan Zimmerman and Chad Cordero are the other 2.
Zimmerman, class of 05. Detweiler, class of 07. And an easy fly ball to right field. Andy LaRoche retired by Adam Dunn. And the top of the 4th inning is underway. Next up will be Jack Wilson, then the pitcher. Wilson now 7 for 25 since coming off the disabled list. He had a sprained left middle finger that had him out since the end of April. And Jack's had a few injury issues the last couple of years. Last season he was just all beat up. DL in April for a strained left calf. Then he hurt his right shoulder. Then he fractured his index finger on August 31st and didn't play in the field the rest of the year. He's been a pretty durable guy, though, at the age of 31, his 9th year as a Pirate. He was traded to Pittsburgh for left-handed pitcher Jason Christensen from the Cardinals at the trading deadline in 2000. Tony La Russa needed a left-hander for his bullpen, and they had this hot shortstop prospect at AAA by the name of Jack Wilson. Pirates put him in there, and he's been there ever since. And a 2-2 and a base hit to left. Jack Wilson 2 for 2. He's digging for 2. That's the way he plays. Doesn't hit many home runs. Hasn't hit any at all this year. He's hit 56 in 8 years. But he's a tough out down in that number 8 spot.
Well, here's the pitch. Fastball in the inner half. It's just a little bit up in the zone. Wilson gets a piece of it. Just flat out hustle right here. Never stopped at first base. Got to charge the ball all the time.
You can see even when that ball hit the turf, it still had some hook on it. And got away from Willingham, who is way off the line. He's way off the line now with the pitcher batting. Garrett Mock told me a story about his fellow Texan Ohlendorf, who with one of his minor league teams was once fined in the Kangaroo Court. They caught him in the batting cage with the ball on a tee, and he was wearing a helmet.
Safety first. That he might bite you. That's too much.
Wearing a helmet, hitting the ball off the tee, and that was a $20 fine, which at that level of baseball is about a day's meal money. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. It'll require a throw from Josh Bard. 2 outs. What was your meal money your first year in the minor leagues?
I think it was $11 a day on the road. Just enough to get Mickey D's twice.
Yeah.
If you could find one after a game that was open.
Now, I mean, do they have the same kind of clubhouse set up where you?
No. There's no spreads. There's no goodies.
You're on your own.
You're on your own.
Okay.
You're on your own.
Not even seeds or bubble gum or anything?
No. No.
Wow.
And if it's a good clubhouse guy at like AA or AAA, yes. But you really don't have an awful lot of money unless you're a high draft pick to tip the clubhouse attendance.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because those guys make their money on player tips at the end of every series.
I had one roommate in the minor leagues. Used to get about 4 or 5 guys in a 2-bedroom apartment. A couple guys, on couches that you pulled out for their beds, and this guy had remember the generic stuff in the white boxes? It was generic macaroni and cheese.
Wow. I was going to say, I bet you guys knew where all
tags on meat. Now remember, this is the 80s, so, you know, steak wasn't that expensive, but
yeah,
this kid was just as smart as a razor, man. He was awesome. You know, they didn't have all the fancy security things and the little chips inside them, so
no scanners.
Nope, no scanner. So if you change the price tag on the meat, you got a good steak every now and then.
Look at you now.
Look at me now. Hey, I didn't do it.
I know, but my point is, from humble beginnings to the very pinnacle of broadcasting in the Masson booth here.
I'm telling you, someday I'm going to write that book, Group 5 to the big leagues.
Oh boy,
I was at the lowest level you could ever be at in the minor leagues.
3 balls and a strike to Delwyn Young, who has fanned twice. Detweiler jams him and gets a pop-up. Who makes the call? Zimmerman. After you make a play like that, you always get to lead off. Twist to the president's race. The Pittsburgh Pierogies show up. Now there are 4 of them, right? The Cougar takes out 2 of them, clearing the way for Honest Abe. But you will not believe what Teddy did to the other 2 Pierogies in the warning track in right center. Double clothesline action. He's now escorting them back to the center field hitter's background, but he clotheslined both of them. So the Pierogies are here. Wow, that's huge.
All the way from Pittsburgh.
I think they might have been the 2nd major league race. Well, the 3rd, because the original was the dot race on the video board in Texas at Arlington Stadium. That's what started all of this nonsense.
Dot race?
Yeah, they had 3 dots and they raced each other around the scoreboard video screen. And then, of course, the sausage races in Milwaukee. And I think the Pierogies were 3rd. Ryan Zimmerman on a 1-0 pitch. Great changeup. Watch what Teddy did to these poor Pierogies.
This is the double clothesline right here.
Wow.
Was it Sam Huff that did that to Frank Gifford?
Man. And one of those Pierogies had a purse. Teddy.
Just like Sam Huff did that to Frank Gifford. Knocked him out. I think it was a playoff game.
Yeah. We'd love to see Zimmerman aboard with that big fella coming up next. This Ohlendorf's got some good variety in his pitches. He's had a great changeup, that hard sinker, mixing in a breaking ball that's made it tough on the Nats right-handers. Washington with only 2 hits in the first 3 innings. Held on to that one too long, 3-2.
Well, I remember him with the Yankees last year before the trade, and they weren't using him correctly out of the bullpen. 25 appearances, but sporadically. And I always thought he had good stuff. He's a big, strong kid that throws hard.
Zimmerman gets a fastball. Jack Wilson gets it right on target. That's an amazing play by Jack Wilson of the Pirates. Now you see why he's been there for 9 years.
You will not see a better play made by a shortstop in the major leagues this season. This is ridiculous. Look at the arm strength, and it still has something on it at the end.
That is such a long throw.
Most guys don't even try to make that.
Yeah.
They know they have no shot.
From where he was, that's a throw of 130, 140 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good, Jack. You can smile.
Yeah, you're allowed. Adam Dunn walked his first time up. Change up for a strike. Adam Dunn is 2 for his last 15. Phillies really pitched him well in the weekend series. He had an RBI double early yesterday, but then he struck out 3 times after a walk. So in that series, he was 2 for 14 with 4 walks.
Well, the Pirates have seen an awful lot of Adam when they were in the same division when he played for Cincinnati the last few years, so they should know him quite well. But the Phillies did a job on him. They had a good scouting report.
He got under that one. Nate McLouth in center. Man, that thing had some hang time. 2 outs. Next homestand, Giants are coming in on June 4th. And it's Ladies' Night, presented by Hard Times Cafe. Rooftop pregame party starts at 4:30. Player appearances, complimentary massages, manicures, product samples, food, beverage, and more. An exclusive shopping pleasure with jewelry, handbag, and cosmetic vendors. It's all inclusive for happy hour and game tickets, only $30 for you ladies. Visit nationals.com/ladiesnight or call 202-640-7646. Man, he's locating that fastball. And on Josh Willingham, it's 0-2. Willingham flied to center his first time. The big at bat of this ball game for Ross Ohlendorf might have been the 3rd of the game, when he had given up a double and a walk, and then he got Ryan Zimmerman to hit into a double play. No swing, says Joe West down at first. That one didn't feel too good.
He does this quite often right here. He takes a big hack, fouls it right off the top of his foot. And as Bob said, that doesn't feel good.
I don't think the temperature has anything to do with that. That doesn't feel good when it's 75 or 85. And tonight probably moving towards 55 at the moment. Some pitchers get real mean here and throw you another sinker down and in. He will punch him out on a sinker at the knees on the outside corner. His first strikeout tonight. Ohlendorf looking good, and the Nats are down by 3. Having a good time at the ballpark. They'd like some more offense. And we go to the top of the 5th inning. 3-0 Pirates. Here's our Aflac trivia entry for the night. Cue him. Aflac. Thank you. Which 3 batters have led the National League in walks since 2000?
Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Albert Pujols, maybe?
I think Pujols might have done it once. Bonds was doing it every year.
Yeah. Bonds did it over 200 times one year.
And then would Adam Dunn be the 3rd?
Could be Adam Dunn. He does it 100 times plus a year. I would say last year 124. I mean, what, struck out 165 times if my memory serves me? I don't know.
Yeah, I think Adam Dunn with 122 walks last year would have done that.
There you go.
Pretty big rip by Freddie Sanchez. He's reached on an error and singled. Oh, locked up on that 1-2 pitch. And Ross Detweiler gets his 5th strikeout of the night. Ross is doing very well tonight. A botched pickoff play.
Northrop Grumman here on the pitch track, up and away, changing the eye level. And even a former batting champ can't lay off of that high heat. Nice.
You know, but you look back at that 3rd inning. If they
send this kid back down and he continues to pitch like, I'll drive down and go get him every 5th day.
Well, there's a slot open Saturday night. You know, but if they pick off Sanchez and throw him out at 2nd, there are 2 outs and the base is empty. Maybe he doesn't hit Nate McLouth. Maybe the inning ends before Craig Monroe even bats, who hit the 3-run homer. There's just no telling what defensive mistakes do to an inning. Great change up there. 2 outs, and Ross Detweiler striking out everybody in sight right now. He has fanned 3 of the last 4 hitters and has 6 on the game.
Well, when you're throwing high heaters, great curveballs, then you could take something off of it a little bit. Lefties have no chance. Look at that pitch right there. He is changing speeds and eye level, and I like it a lot.
Line drive at Zimmerman on 1 pitch. Craig Monroe gone in the top of the 5th inning. Nats need some offense. Willie Harris straight ahead. Little entertainment from the one and only Chubby Checker between innings. All right, let's revisit our Aflac trivia. Guys who've led the National League in walks, 3 of them since 2000. We had Bonds, Pujols, and Dunn. Is there a surprise in here?
Brian Childs.
Are you kidding me?
Pittsburgh.
Who was hitting behind him? That was when he was in San Diego. Why would you walk anybody in that ballpark? They could do that one again, and I'd still be surprised. Willie Harris pulled the ball on the ground first time. The Nats have 2 hits tonight. Christian Guzman, everybody else an offer. You mean to tell me the Yankees couldn't use Ross Ohlendorf right now with the state of their pitching staff?
Or the Arizona Diamondbacks, who traded him to the Yankees for an old Randy Johnson,
who's now in San Francisco.
It could have been 2004. Was Petco Field open then? 2005, he had 119 walks.
I don't think it was open in 04. Willie jacks that ball, and that will be caught.
Nope.
And then dropped by Delwyn Young. Willie's going for 3. He stumbles.
No, he slid. He stopped. He slid on purpose.
He must have looked up, and Pat Listash put the stop sign on. My goodness. Enough things happening on that play. That was a great effort by Delwyn Young. Had it for a moment.
Well, you see this sinker doesn't sink, and Willie jumps all over it. Great effort there by Delwyn Young, and he just can't come up with it. The ground cause. Now watch, quickest way to stop in baseball. Slide, but that wasn't pretty. But he was picking up his third base coach on the way to second base, which is exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, and you don't think double and have your coach tell you 3. You think 3 and don't stop unless he stops you. So that was handled correctly, and here's Anderson Hernandez.
There's Pat Listash. You do not want to make the first or the last out in an inning at third base. Not when somebody could get a hit and bring you in.
Hernandez went the other way first time, robbed on a fantastic dive to his left by Andy LaRoche. 3-0 Nats are down. Some production needed from the bottom of the order here. That ball will be flied to right.
That'll work.
Willie Harris will be able to tag. And he's at third base with 1 out, and Josh Bard coming up. And a chance for his first Washington RBI.
I have to correct something. It was Chuck Bednarik that knocked out Frank Gifford, not Sam Huff. They were on the same team. They're both on the Giants. I apologize, but right there's Chuck Bednarik, Roosevelt knocking the pierogies over.
I have never seen such a display of anger from Teddy.
He's tired of losing.
Don't you hate that when the guy smiles at you while he's clotheslining you? Here's Josh Bard. Josh flied to right first time. The Nationals have to have this run. That'll do the job, and maybe more. Headed for the wall. It is off the wall. And Josh Bard motors into second. Better hurry. He has an RBI double. It's a 3-1 game.
Nice job, Josh. Well, the offense finally gets cooking here, and Josh Bard gets a high heater from Ohlendorf, and bam, off the wall. There you see Young waiting on it, but he actually makes a great throw and makes a play at second base on Josh Bard.
And here's the thing that's a shame. A shame for Ross Detweiler. If his defense played better behind him in the third inning, he'd be batting now in probably a 2-1 or maybe a 1-0 game. Who knows? But he's done, as Alex Cintron will hit for him. Garrett Mock will be the new Nationals pitcher in the 6th. And Alex Cintron will bat for Detweiler here. Sometimes, Rob, there are things that happen beyond your control that get you out of the game. He will give up 2 earned runs on only 4 hits in 5 good innings. didn't walk anybody, struck out 6, hit a batter, and gave up a home run.
He was outstanding. He deserved a better fate. But let's see if we could get 3 or 4 runs right here and possibly get him a win. Still the pitcher of record right now.
Alex Cintron had a couple of hits last week as a pinch hitter, 2 for 16. .84 pitches and 61 strikes for Ross Detweiler. He's got to be feeling pretty good about what he did tonight. Again, things happen behind you at times you cannot control. But how about that strike to total pitch ratio?
Outstanding. That, I'm telling you, that's some of the best pitching I've seen out of any of our guys in a while. And if he goes back down, I'll be shocked.
There's a spot open Saturday.
We just put Scott Olson on the disabled list, and that's retroactive
to. Cintron maybe deserves better. He really drove that ball hard the other way. Caught by Monroe, 2 outs. Nats are making some noise with the bats here in the 5th inning.
Yeah, Ohlendorf's not tricking us any longer as we're starting to make really solid contact. Alex Cintron driving that ball way out into left center field. So that's a good sign that he's starting to swing the bat better.
If Christian Guzman can go 3 for 3, the Nats will be a run closer. He's now, well, still leading the league, but now hitting .392. Do that with 2. One 1-0 to Guzman. Nasty pitch in the dirt. 2-0. Debbie Taylor chatted with Mike Rizzo about the Detweiler situation. Debbie?
Well, Mike made it clear to Ross that he's a part of the future of this club, but he said this is not a tryout camp. He's still in the developmental stages, and Mike told me that he'd be reluctant to keep him here beyond the start. He said naturally nothing is etched in stone, but consider he had Brandon Webb in Arizona. He was called up for a start. He threw 8 shutout innings and was sent right back down to the minors. I think the plan is to have him come back and stay here.
And that could be September. You never know. Could be earlier. 2-0 to Guzman. A good hitting count here, with a big run sitting out there at second base and 2 outs here in the 5th.
Difference is this is not a contending team. This is more of a developmental team. He may as well stay here. We're the worst pitching in the National League.
Well, and some guys will tell you, Rob, it's better to pitch under major league conditions with the lights and the fields and everything you enjoy here, as opposed to some of the things you put up with in the minor leagues.
And if that were the case, Daniel Cabrera should be going back to rookie ball.
4-pitch walk to Guzman. And the tying runs on base. And that's walk number 3 by Ohlendorf. By the way, Christian Guzman, and right now, Mark Zuckerman is calling the Washington Times and Chico Harlan is calling the Washington Post, stopping the presses because Guzman just walked for the first time this year.
That's amazing. Guy's hitting almost 400.
His on-base average will now be like 2% higher than his batting average.
That's absurd.
You can't walk him.
Or he won't allow you to walk him.
Remember the other day when the count went to 3-1, you said, is he going to walk? I said no.
Wow. That's impressive.
How about that? What a disciplined hitter you're looking at there.
And you're going to tell me Orlando Hudson makes contact 94% of the time? Well, what about Christian Guzman?
I don't think Manny can believe it. How does that happen, Manny's wondering. I'll tell you how that happens.
Then,
2 for 2 with 2 ropes.
They unintentionally, intentionally walked him right there, and they weren't even going to let him swing the bat.
We'll see if Nick Johnson can make it hurt. Nick 0 for 1 with a walk. He should get something to hit because Ohlendorf doesn't want this inning to go any farther. With Zimmerman next. Sinker low and away.
Well, I like that you walked a 390 hitter to get to a 330 hitter.
Pretty nice, huh?
Yeah, this lineup's impressive.
And a 357 hitter on deck before a big bopper. Two and 0.
Check the catcher out right before the pitch right here. Move location. That is so the guy on second cannot show location and cheat. It's pretty impressive right there.
Nearly the same pitch, 3 and 0.
Reminds me of the Tony Pena days and Benito Santiago. Look at the leg out there.
Yeah. Yeah, and they'd throw from that stance.
Oh, yeah. Well, with Dowmett out for the rest of the season, Diaz will be getting a lot of playing time.
3-1 to Nick Johnson. There it goes! Right field. See you later. Nationals lead 4-3 on a Nick Johnson laser. Johnson's 4th of the year, the 85th of his major league career.
Well, we showed you, and this is the Northrop Grumman. They were trying to pitch him in. That's a sinker that sinks down and in. That's where you don't want to throw it to a lefty. Thanks to Famous Dave's on the Exmo there. But the beauty of that pitch is you should probably throw that down and away, not down and into a lefty. Ohlendorf doesn't have a lot of experience either, and he'll learn from that. Also, the young catcher will learn from that mistake right there.
He's given up his 6th homer of the year. It's a 4-run 5th. And guess what? Ross Detweiler's now the pitcher of record on the other side of the ledger. Here's Zimmerman, and he takes a breaking ball for a strike.
Well, I told you, a lot better run scoring potential at the major leagues. His last start in the minor leagues, Detweiler, 5 innings, 3 hits and a run, got the loss. He gives up 3 on 1 shot to Monroe, and now he stands to get the win after leaving down 3-1. Actually 3-0 he left the game.
Yep.
Got 4 here in the bottom half of the 5th. He's going, wow, you guys could put it on somebody in a hurry.
And Nick, of course, making that error earlier. Feeling much better. 2-1 now to Zimmerman.
I think Christian and Nick have atoned for their mistakes tonight.
Yep.
We'll take that. That's very nice.
Guzman on base 3 times. Nick twice. His RBI total has shot up to 24 now. At the start of the West Coast trip, if I remember correctly, he had 7 RBIs. Ohlendorf suddenly working very slowly. Zimmerman gets a pitch up. See you later. Way up toward the red porch. And the Nats lead 5-3. That's double figures for Zimmerman, who hit 14 all of last year.
A little bit of a smile there at the end of that trot. He deserves it. Very mild-mannered young man. Right here, a bad 81-mile-an-hour changeup that just falls right inside. Low and in on a righty is the sweet spot and the kitchen for a guy like Ryan Zimmerman.
Here's Adam Dunn. If that one had been about 6 inches further in, you know what he would have been thinking. Now the Nats have hit 46 homers on the year. They're in the top 5 in the league, and they've exploded for 5 here in the 5th. Breaking ball, Adam Dunn hits it a mile high on the left side of the infield. Andy LaRoche, what an inning. Harris a double, Bard a double, a Guzman walk, Nick Johnson deep for 3, and then right after him the Nats go back to back. Zimmerman, and it's 5-3. The Nationals have done something that ties a franchise record going back to the Montreal days. 9 consecutive games with 5 runs or more. Now the difference is, as opposed to the previous 4 and 5 of the previous 6, go out and win the ball game.
Well, what was that graphic we put up when we give up less than 4 runs or 4 runs or less? We're 10-3. That's the best graphic we put up there. It's up to the pitching staff now to hold the Pirates where they are.
Top of the 6th inning, Garrett Mott takes over. He'll be facing left-hander Adam LaRoche, and then the catcher Diaz and Andy LaRoche. Well, you love to see a young pitcher, in this case Detweiler, who deserved a better fate, get a better fate.
Absolutely. And that's the type of offense that the Nationals possess. And the pitching staff needs to take more pride in what they do, because the guys across the room from them in that locker room are busting their tails every night.
Yes, they are.
9 straight days, 5 more runs. I'll tell you what, I wish I played on a team like that. We would have won 7 or 8 of those 9 wins, 9 games. That's a lot of runs to be scored at this level.
And a sinker, 2-0.
Good pitch right there. I had a scout today tell me that the strike zone is almost non-existent. And he's been scouting all kinds of teams around this area. Jesse Chavez right there warming up for the Pirates.
They dropped Tyler Yates and brought Tom Gorzolani back from the minor leagues. They have 4 lefties in their bullpen. And yikes, Garrett Mott comes out and walks the first batter on 4 pitches. Something Ross Detweiler didn't do in 5 innings.
Well, this is what I talk about from quickening your delivery in the stretch. Right there on the left is the windup, a little bit slower, deliberate. There's nobody on base. On the right, you see that quick step or a slide step, and you try to deliver the ball in less than 1.2 seconds to give your catcher a chance to throw a guy out at second.
Change up almost hit him. Alarm bells go off in the dugout. Here comes Randy St. Clair. Robinson Diaz, fly ball to right, killed one up the middle, and Ross Detweiler snagged it with his glove to end the third inning. That ball smoked and foul.
Well, I think everybody in the building knew that fastball was coming right there, but now you go back in your attack mode. You're even 1-1 here. Try to roll a ground ball.
Good jam job there. Strike two. That's a breaking ball that gets away. And the runner will stay at second base.
Well, this is a good slider. It's down and in. Bard cannot control it. And it gets away and rolls right near the camera. Hello.
The Nationals have just blasted their way to the lead. You would hate to see even one run of this disappear this quickly. He hit him. A walk, a wild pitch, and a hit batter. Giving two runners to the Pirates. And here's Andy LaRoche coming up.
Well, he tries to get inside right here with a running fastball, and he just comes in a little bit too much.
That quickly, the tying runs on base, and the phone has rung in the Nationals bullpen.
Well, and remember, Garrett Mock was used primarily as a starter last year. He's trying to make the transition to bullpen, controlling his own emotions.
That's a good bunt. Zimmerman charges. Nobody at second for a while. It took Anderson Hernandez a bit of time to get there. Man, we were all having horrible flashbacks. 5-4 on the sacrifice.
Well, right here, you take the out where you can. Anderson Hernandez is like a statue at second base. I don't know what he's thinking, but his job is to get to first base, to cover first base, because Nick and Ryan are charging the ball.
He has nowhere else to go.
No.
Because Guzman has second base taken care of.
Well, there you see Famous Dave's is showing there's nobody home when the second baseman should be standing at first base.
Number 8 hitter Jack Wilson. And Garrett Mock almost loaded the bases. There's Brandon Moss. Also part of that 3-team 9-player deal with the Red Sox and the Dodgers. And Mock throws one in there. Crowd loves it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nationals playing back. They'll take an out and give the Pirates a run unless it's hit right at Zimmerman or Mock. Swing and a foul tip. That's a fastball. Got him around the trademark.
Well, you have to believe right here. I don't know if it'll happen, but you have to believe that Bard can stop the slider in the dirt. You can't keep attacking a guy with a fastball because you don't trust the catcher to block the ball.
And the game is tied. 2 runs on 1 hit. Same old story for the Nats bullpen. Detweiler's chance for a win gone.
Well, you got to bury the slider down and in the dirt, and it's right there. It would have been a strike had he not swung at it, but it's a strike in the zone, and Jack Wilson just smacks it down into left field for a 2 RBI double.
Pirates are going to bat for Ross Ohlendorf. And one Ross could end up a winner here. The other one just had one taken away. Of innovation. Well, the bats have been busy and loud tonight. 10 runs in this game, 11 hits for the 2 ball clubs combined, and now it's a 5-5 game in the top of the 6th. Jesus Colome checks in. We tell you about People Magazine and Major League Baseball honoring an everyday all-star, somebody who's made a difference in your community. You can go to nominate one of yours at peopleallstars.com. Don't look at that third stat, folks. You'll feel a lot better. Runner at second, 1 out. Jesus Colome to face the pinch hitter Brandon Moss.
All right, Jesus, come on, bring the heat right here. Pick your team up.
Moss 0 for 4 as a pinch hitter.
Boy, we have that ball 1 down, don't we?
I have a feeling that you're really getting irritated watching guys with 90-mile-an-hour fastballs nibble on the first pitch. And there's a good fastball. 91.
It's a question of giving the hitters, especially at the bottom of the order, too much credit. The reason the guy's hitting 7th or 8th, because he's that bad of a hitter, he should be hitting 7th or 8th. You have to know that as a pitcher.
Didn't get around on that one.
No, and as a pinch hitter, this guy's been sitting around all day. It's cold. He hit 5 hours ago. How is he not in the lineup with those numbers?
He must be facing a lot of lefties these days.
Jiminy Christmas. Sitting almost 600 last 10 games, 11 games.
That ball is laced toward the gap, and the Pirates take the lead. This is painful.
Are you sure we're not like in the movie Major League?
This bullpen cannot get outs.
It's uncanny. No, he just continues to fire fastball after fastball after fastball. And eventually any Major League hitter is going to catch up to him. Brandon Moss makes the adjustment. Goes out and he gets that fastball for the 6th double of the season for him and an RBI, and they take the lead.
Top of the order, Delwyn Young. 3 runs on only 2 hits so far. They're teeing off. Young's 0 for 3. Ross Detweiler struck him out twice, popped him up once. The Nationals had a 5-run 5th inning, and it took 5 hitters to fall behind. 1 bunted and 2 hit the ball. That's a good one on the outside corner. 0-2.
Well, as good as our approach is hitting, that's how poor our approach to pitching is coming out of the bullpen. And something needs to be changed. Because your job is not to come in and throw gasoline on the fire. Your job is to come in. That's why they call it the Fireman of the Year award. You're putting out fires. And coming out and walking people and getting behind 1-0, 2-0. That's not what you get paid to do as a reliever at the Major League level.
One and 2 now. That's trouble. Now it's 7-5 Pittsburgh. And Jesus' 20.25 ERA is headed upward. Freddie Sanchez next.
Well, that's a sinking fastball or something too hard. But when you don't change speeds, Major League hitters can make adjustments.
I think that's been the big thing about Colomé over the years. At times he has struggled with control, but there's not much difference in anything he throws.
Well, you got to come up with something, some kind of slider, curveball, changeup, where you just change the speeds by at least 10 miles an hour. I mean, he tried to throw a changeup right there, but it was still 86. He's going 91 to 86. That's not a big differential.
Gets a strike with that 2-0 pitch.
And don't get me wrong. I mean, I think people may think I'm trying to get these guys to strike everybody out. That's not your job either. You get ahead and then you visualize a ground ball for an out. You visualize popping a guy up for an out. You visualize a guy in first with 1 out, getting a ground ball double play and getting out of the inning kind of stuff. That's what your job is. You know, it's not about trying to strike everybody out. And it almost seems like our guys come out there with one thing in mind, and that's a strikeout on every pitch. But you can't get to the 3rd strike unless you throw the 1st strike. And once again, a hitter's count, 2-1.
I'd be running if I was the Pirates, but they're not. And Freddie Sanchez pulling that ball foul, 2-2. I mean, you've got a leadoff guy who can fly on base. Julian Tavares warming up. I don't know why you wouldn't hit and run right there and just try to really step on the other team's neck when you got him down. John Russell is the manager of the Pirates. Colomé needs a ground ball. Just after 9 o'clock here at Nationals Park in our nation's capital. The Nats trailed 3-0, led 5-3. Now they trail 7-5. 1 out in a 4-run Pittsburgh 6th. In the air to right for Adam Dunn. That's the first out in this inning by a hitter who wasn't trying to make an out. The other was a sacrifice. Mentioned John Russell in there. Second year for Russell as manager of the Pirates. He took over for Jim Tracy, who was 135 and 189 in 2 years. And Russell went 67 and 95 last year after a very successful 10-year run as a minor league manager. Here's his number 3 hitter, Nate McLeod, the 8th Pirate to bat this inning. That ball is laced, might leave the ballpark. Right up against the 335 mark. Young coming around, relay home. And it's short hopped Josh Bard. If Anderson Hernandez throws a long hop or a fly to him, the runner's out. That's next to impossible for a catcher to catch and then make a tag. That'll be a throwing error on Hernandez, not to allow the run to score, but to allow the hitter to end up at third base. And the Nationals defense has been horrible tonight.
Well, there's a fastball down and in to one of the better hitters in that Pittsburgh Pirates lineup. And McLeod gets it off the wall. It's actually a good hop, good relay, strong throw. But as Bob said, the short hop is just too much for Josh Bard to grab the ball and make the tag.
Yeah, you've got to be able to get that ball home on a fly from 120 feet away in short right field. So the Pirates lead 8-5. It's a 5-run inning. McLeod ends up at third, and Craig Monroe is the 9th Pirate to bat in this.
Well, and defensively, we're not through 6 innings. We've made 4 errors on top of the 38, did you say, that we led the league with?
37.
37?
Well,
we're up to 41. Exactly.
The Nationals all 4 errors on the infield.
Well, I'll give you perspective. The Phillies lead the National League with 11 errors.
The Nationals' 4 infield starters tonight have made 16. That ball is hammered to left center. It's going to hang up, though, for Josh Willingham. One of the worst innings of the year by the Nats bullpen. 5 runs for the Pirates. Pirates just punished the Nats in the 6th inning. And National League ranks the offense way up there. 5 more runs tonight. ERA, well, that's going up. Fielding percentage, that's going down. And the winning percentage, if they don't do something about that, that goes down a couple clicks as well.
It's not funny, but I'm laughing because I'll cry if I don't laugh. But that's just something wrong with that whole scenario right there. You're 3rd in offense. You can smack around, and Ohlendorf was pitching well.
Yeah.
You smack that guy around for 5 runs like it was nobody's business. And then you come back and give up 5.
This is 25-year-old Jesse Chavez. He's out of Fontana, California. 15 games for the Pirates last year. Overthrows the fastball to Josh Willingham. Their pitching staff was dominating the National League for the first month of the season. Well, let's just go back to April 30th in the scorebook and see what their ERA was. They were right up at the top.
I know they led the National League for a while in pitching.
Yeah, they were like 3.10,
yeah.
3.12.
And something happened.
On April 30th, the Pirates were at 3.41, and they had been lower than that the week or 2 before that.
Oh, they have some good young pitchers on this team that can continue to develop. Right now they're 5th in the National League coming into tonight with a 4.12 earned run average.
Zach Duke is 5-3 with a 2.84. Jeff Karsten's a 5.06. So he's up there a bit. Paul Mahallam 3-1 with a 3.51. And Ian Snell, he's the mystery, 4.93 and a record of 1-5. The Pirates would have won more games had they had more offense along the line. This looks like the latest team that will come out of its slumber against our pitching, like lately the Diamondbacks and the Giants have done. But they've lost a lot of low-scoring, close ball games. Guzman, or rather Willie Harris, pardon me, out to the shortstop. Jack Wilson gets rid of the ball as quickly as any shortstop in this league. The Cal Ripken Senior College Baseball League hosting the Valley Baseball League in the Mid-Atlantic Classic July 15th in Waldorf. The stars of tomorrow will be on display. You can see it all live on MASN HD at 7:05. Home Run Derby 5:30. Admission free, but your donation will be appreciated. Ripken SR for senior, collegebaseball.org, or call 410-588-9900 for more information. Bases empty, 2 outs. Anderson Hernandez. Boy, and the momentum has just been ripped right away from the home team here in the last half inning. That's under the glove of Freddie Sanchez.
Well, that kid continues to swing the bat pretty well. He got some really good wood. His last at bat hit a shot out to left field. No, it's like getting a gut punch. I mean, you take the lead, you score 5, you're up 2, and then to witness what you just saw, that was difficult to watch, I'm sure, for them. But once again, the one thing I respect more than anything about this team, they don't quit. And here comes Austin Kearns, who has not been able to swing an awful lot, to pinch hit.
Hit on the hand in the 12th inning on Friday night. So it's Josh Bard, who nearly homered last time, doubled off the right field wall to drive in the first run of that 5-run 5th.
Come on, be patient right here. Get you a good pitch. Get that first home run out of here.
That's a good take. Josh Bard several times in his career has hit for high average. 28 in major league home runs in 7 previous years.
No, this guy's behind 2-0. He doesn't want to throw this next pitch.
2-1 to the Nats catcher. Got a pretty good rip there. Went off speed and missed. That'll set up a full count and give Anderson Hernandez a head start at first base.
Here's the Northrop Grumman pitch track right here. He tries to sneak a sinker in there at about 84.
Wow, that has some action.
Yep, just a little low. Boy, they like to throw those sinkers at the lefties to try to ride it over the plate.
And Bard will pop it up. Center field for Nate McLouth. And this ball game into the 7th inning. Kip Wells, his turn. On a night when Christian Guzman walks, you have to win the game. That's what Manny was smiling about last inning. Here's our game summary. Typical story. Lots of offense for the Nats. Lots of offense for the other ball club. Jack Wilson's 3 for 3 tonight. He's made the night's sparkling defensive play. And a very good first major league start for Ross Detweiler, whose defense betrayed him a bit in the first inning and the third. Now here's Ronnie Belliard. He'll bat 9th, leading off the 6th, and play second base on the double switch. That brings Kip Wells into the game.
But as we've talked about before, the offense bailed out the defense tonight, allowing Detweiler to be the pitcher of record at the bottom of the 5th inning. So the top of the 6th, the bullpen gave up 5 runs. I don't think we've scored our last run, though.
Adam LaRoche led off the 6th inning by walking on 4 pitches. Nasty action there by Kip Wells.
When is it darkest? Right before the dawn?
It's been a long night, brother.
Hey, I've only been here 7 weeks. What have you been here, 3 years?
This ball has got Some work
staying in there.
for Josh Willingham. It's going to come back to him. Catches the fair ball. Well, everybody was full of hope after that 73-win season in 07. Nobody ever dreamed the Nats would only win 59 last year. And the thing that's a little scary about this, I'm not sure they're even on a 59-win pace now. Tom Gorzolani
comes back up as a reliever. A couple years ago, he looked like he was going to be a star, pitching so well. Well, there is hope, though, because I've seen teams that were 15 games down come back and win their divisions within the last 5 years. The A's have done it, and the Astros. I know we're not that team, but what I'm saying is we need to make a few adjustments, and I believe the front office will make those adjustments. When you have a offense this potent and this good, it will force you to get some pitching. The defense, I don't know. I'm going to grab a fungo the next few days, and I'm going to go do some infield. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think you should go down there. 4-pitch walk. Not too early to tell you about Ray Knight and Johnny Holiday with Nats Extra postgame, presented by Verizon Fios. And Ray, being the good hitter he is and was, will tell you what it would be like to face Ross Detweiler. The Nats offensive attack, Chiron Martis goes tomorrow. And Kip Wells just missing on 0-2 to Andy LaRoche.
That's a tough pitch to lay off. That was either a strikeout or a ground ball. Throw it again.
Busting him inside, getting the strikeout. 2 outs here in the 7th.
Grab some pine. You're not that good. This is Kip Wells not giving this hitter any credit. Throws the same pitch twice. The second time, 92 sinker. This is a beautiful pitcher's pitch right there. Even if he does hit that, I'm going to crack that bat in half. This guy has a lot of magic in his magic bag of tricks. I enjoy watching Kip Wells throw the ball.
How about Jack Wilson? 3 for 3 tonight. Batting average from 254 up to 284 already.
Oof, that's a good pitch.
Yeah, he's got some serious octane going tonight with that fastball.
Yeah.
You can tell by the sound into the mid.
And I was saying before, I had a scout that's been scouting the eastern seaboard and most of the major league teams, and he just said to me tonight, he said, what happened to the strike zone this year? It's almost like every umpire that he's seen behind the plate will not call strikes.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Eric Hinsky on deck, brought in from the Tampa Bay Rays. Definite home run threat there.
well foul, and the count's 2-2. I think the strike zone is out somewhere on the eastern shore of Maryland where they grow all that beautiful sod out there. There's a 17-inch wide swath of something out there. Down goes the hitter. Down to second goes the runner. And Robinson Diaz is out. Pretty good throw by Josh Bard. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Belliard sweeping for the tag.
On a chilly Monday evening, the Nats and Pirates in action. I'm coming to you from the South Capitol Grill. Now, I think this is the last of the cold weather, but it is a little chilly here today, so I suggest going to one of the stands and getting some coffee, or even better yet, a nice, yummy hot chocolate. Bob and Rob, I do have 2 more coming upstairs for you.
Well, I mean, Debbie had to make a change to the hot chocolate at some point after the 8 coffees she had prior to the ballgame today.
I'm still waiting on one of those hot chocolates. How about you?
Haven't seen it.
Nope.
Haven't seen it. Oh, yeah, but you know what? She was just on camera, so maybe in another half inning.
Well, when's she going to get here?
We'll see. Here's Ronnie Belliard, bottom of the 7th. Another inning for Jesse Chavez, the Pittsburgh right-hander who throws a fastball in there. Ronnie Belliard in the year, batting .204, 10 for 49. And the 0-2 now. He has some serious running and sinking action on that thing. He really gets over the top of that pitch. Christian Guzman next. Ronnie Belliard gone. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Washington Nationals.
Is it possible to disseminate our bullpen? Or is that dismember?
Not my call. I'm not sure.
I'm just kidding. I do like these young men and some of these old guys. I just feel bad for the offense.
Guzman will bounce it right to Freddie Sanchez. And now the Nats have had 1 base hit since that big 5th inning. It'll be Nick Johnson with 2 outs with Ryan Zimmerman to follow. Last time Nick batted, we sure had some fun. And here at the bottom of the hour at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C., it's a whole different story with the Pirates now on top of the Nats 8-5. Bob Carpenter, Rob Dibble, Debbie Taylor, our Masson crew. And Nick Johnson will take one that just misses away.
Where's that pitch? When I was back in the game, I would have to have that pitch if I was going to stay at the major league level. That's a good pitch.
Well, Rob, you got 2 hours on radio every day. Can you get somebody from Major League Baseball on there to discuss the strike zone?
I'll call Jim McKeon. He's one of the supervisors. We've talked to Steve Palermo. I've talked to a lot of umpires.
Well, what do they say?
They say that the strike zone has not changed.
It hasn't changed. It's just gotten smaller. It's still, the only similarity I can see is that it's still called the strike zone. Other than that.
They don't actually call pitches in the strike zone a strike.
Yeah, they still call it the strike zone. No, I think you brought up something that's really interesting with the way things are going. And Nick Johnson on another borderline pitch is down at first base with 2 outs. And here's Ryan Zimmerman with a chance to blast the Nats right back into this game.
Well, this pitch right here, just off the plate, just outside of our pitch track.
Interesting guys in town umpiring over there at first base. Joe West has been around for 32 years.
He's the president now of the umpires union.
That was in the strike zone.
Yeah, you don't want to throw it there to that guy. Somebody in the red porch got a souvenir by Ryan Zimmerman. I think the umpire just told Ryan, hey, don't worry, I'll get you something to hit. I'm kidding. A kid because I care.
Ryan Zimmerman is having some more history being talked about when he's batting these days because he's been on base so much.
36 straight games.
Counting tonight, the last Washington-based player with at least 35. And there's another hit for Zimmerman, sending Nick Johnson over to third base.
Come on, Nick. Come on, Nick.
Zimmerman's going to second. He better make it. He does.
I told you. I didn't think it was the last run we were going to score tonight there in the 5th inning.
Chuck Hinton of the Washington Senators back in 1962 was on base 35 games in a row. Jackie Jensen of the 53 Senators was on base an amazing 43 games in a row, and what a good hitter he was.
Well, there's a guy trying to get a fastball by Ryan Zimmerman on the inner half. That's not going to happen, and there you see Nick Johnson chugging into third base, and here's the throw into second. 1 hop, 2 hops, just one too many, and Ryan Zimmerman's in there safely with a double.
Pirates deeper into their bullpen. Here come the Nats. They're not done yet, says Rob Dibble. Noise here. 2 on, 2 out. Adam Dunn coming up. We'll see if they pitch to him. Major League Baseball news and notes. Pudge, number 300 on Sunday. And the Astros are suddenly hot. They start tonight 5.5 back of Milwaukee in the Central. Roy Halladay 8-1 now. And Pat Burrell placed on the DL with a neck problem down in Tampa Bay. And of course the Phillies let him go and compensated for his loss with the free agent signing of Raul Ibanez. Tom Gorzolani, 26 years of age. He made 21 starts for the Pirates last year. His best season was 07 when he won 14 games, 32 starts, and pitched 202 innings. He had a 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio that year. But Rob, not that experienced out of the bullpen. So what kind of adjustment does he make here?
Well, he's got to try to make the adjustment that some of our guys haven't made in our bullpen, is just take your 3rd and 4th pitch and don't even think about throwing them. You just got to go fastball, slider, fastball, changeup, something hard, something soft. Try to throw strikes with both of them. Don't get beat by your 3rd or 4th best pitch. But like last year, after that 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, 70 walks in 105 innings and 21 starts and only 67 strikeouts. So something happened between 07 and 08 to where he just could not find the strike zone.
Right-handed hitting, Josh Willingham on deck. Nobody warming in the Pittsburgh bullpen. So this is Gorzolani's inning to get the Pirates out of and into the 8th.
But I think the toughest adjustment for a starter is that quick warm-up, getting hot in a hurry in about 10-15 pitches.
As opposed to at least 15 minutes, huh?
Yeah. When you're a starter, you have the luxury of 15 minutes, possibly 50, 60 throws. Some at 50, 60%, some a little harder. As a reliever, you got to get hot in a hurry.
2-1.
Come in and throw strikes.
Adam Dunn 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Could tie the game with a big blast. And he gets a breaking ball that won't go anywhere. 2-2. Big man looking to make some contact here. Not on that big sweeper. He's gone. So are the Nats in the bottom of the 7th. 5 runners stranded tonight. The Pirates lead 8-5.
It's 8, Nationals 5, Washington 6 outs to work with. And Tom Gorzolani, interesting, coming out of the bullpen. maybe that's a guy that helps the Pirates, but is the objective to get him back starting again?
No, I think right now the objective is for him to get some quality innings at the major league level, contribute to the Pirates right now. I think they have enough in their starting rotation, and you saw right there, he might even be a situational lefty as far as they're concerned, to just try and get this guy's confidence back up. And if he does get his confidence back, then maybe you throw him out there in the rotation. But right now he needs to do what he just did right there, throw strikes and get big hitters out in big situations.
And of course, Kip Wells, another guy who has started, relieved, filled several different roles for ball clubs in his major league career. Jack Wilson was at the plate and knocked down by a pitch when Robinson Diaz was caught stealing, ending the top of the 7th. He jacks that ball. Willingham after it. It's off the wall. Willie Harris is out there to help. Josh will pick it up. And what a night Jack Wilson is having. Everything but a homer. And he's not a home run hitter, keeping him from a cycle.
Well, this pitch doesn't get where he wants it to go. It's supposed to go down and in. Stays up in the zone. Jack Wilson is all over it. Cruises in there for a triple as the ball. That's a tough play because it's in between for Josh Willingham. He's thinking, should I try to catch it or should I play it off the wall for a double? And by the time he made that decision, it had come off the wall by him.
This bears repeating. The Pirates came into this series number 12 in the league in runs, and only the Giants have hit fewer home runs. They've hit a home run tonight, and they've scored 8. Nick Johnson takes care of Eric Hinske in a hurry. 1 out. When we looked at the schedule, the way it was setting up a couple of weeks ago, we saw the Nationals going to LA and knew that was going to be tough. From there to Arizona, with a struggling Arizona offense, it was the worst offense in the league. Then on to San Francisco, where the Giants feature a bunch of line drive singles and doubles hitters. And then, of course, you take your chances against the Phillies. But then the Pirates were coming in. So when we looked at this schedule, Rob, we thought this was a 2-week stretch when the Nats were really going to start making a move into that win column.
Well, you knew the Phillies were going to be tough. They have the middle of that lineup, which is as good as anybody's. But the Pirates don't have the offense that you would think could come in and do what they're doing tonight, unless you set it up like it's Willie Stargell and Dave Parker and Phil Garner and the '79 Pirates coming in here to play us. And you know that you can't have the mentality and give these guys so much credit that you beat yourself and you pitch away from your strengths. And I think that's what these guys have been doing out of the bullpen. You have to attack the strike zone and put the hitters on the defensive.
If the strike zone is smaller, like everybody's saying it is, what are these guys going to come up from the minor leagues where maybe it's not that small? What are they going to do when they get to this level?
Well, you still have to have confidence that you can get ahead with that first pitch. It's still strike one for the last 130 plus years has still been very effective. Once you get ahead, strike one, strike two, the batting averages go from 400 and 500 to 100. When you get a guy 0-2, even the best hitters in the major leagues hit about $150. So it's just a question of working ahead, being comfortable in what you have, and not giving the hitters too much credit at the top and the bottom of the order. I continue to see off-speed pitches to the bottom of the order, and it frustrates me because as a former reliever, those are the guys where you make your money. You pitch around the 3, 4, 5 guys in the order. You pound the guys lower in the order, 6, 7, 8, with nothing but strikes. The 9-hole in the National League is a gift when the pitcher's hitting. That's an out. You should know that's an out before you even get that guy up there.
Delwyn Young 1 for 4 with an RBI hit tonight. Runner still at third, 1 out, infield in. Nats cannot afford to fall down by more than 3 here. That's a base hit, and it is a 4-run lead. 9 runs on the board for the Pirates.
Famous Dave's on our X mode. Jeff on the camera. Beautiful job right there. Ball coming off the bat. With the infield pulled in because we cannot allow another run to come in. That is a 18 hopper up the middle for an RBI single for Delwyn Young.
Freddie Sanchez, 1 for 4. I just wonder if at some point, even when he's behind a run or two in a ball game, will Manny just have to go ahead and let a starter who's throwing pretty well go ahead and hit? And it's a matter of trust that's going to kick in here. The Nationals were down 2 runs when he pinch hit. Alex Cintron 4, Ross Detweiler in the bottom of the 5th, and of course the Nats went on and had a big rally even though Cintron made an out. Boy, Manny just has to be wondering at times, okay, what do I do based on recent events? So there's a strikeout to Sanchez. Nate McLouth coming in. Now we'll see Joe Beimel used the way the Dodgers used him, lefty-lefty, for the last 3 years. For the 8th inning, a run home, a runner aboard, and 2 outs, and Joe Beimel, Nate McLouth dueling shortly. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock on MASN. There he is, Chiron Martis. He'll try to go 6-0. Bring that 4.10 ERA down. Jeff Karstens, who we mentioned earlier, struggling for the Pirates with an ERA of over 5. We'll get you going at 6:30. Nats Extra. Johnny Holliday, Ray Knight. First pitch, 7:05. And unless something changes, the Nationals will be trying to break a 5-game home losing streak.
Well, the Pirates just broke a 8-game losing streak up in Colorado. Actually, I apologize. That wasn't Colorado. That was St. Louis. And then they lost a couple more. Then they put 15 runs up on the Rockies before they got here.
Yeah, they blew them out yesterday.
Yep.
And a foul ball outside the bag. Quickly 0-2 here. To Nate McLouth. He's 1 for 3, hit by a pitch, scored ahead of the Craig Monroe homer, the 3-run shot in the 3rd, and then doubled off the right field wall in the 6th to drive a run home.
And this team did start 11-7 on the season. Then they got swept by the Milwaukee Brewers, lost 2 out of 3 to the Reds, and then they went on that 8-game losing streak that really put them under 500.
Pirates start tonight 7 back of Milwaukee. And Milwaukee's all over St. Louis again. That's a wraparound series that went into tonight from the weekend. Brewers up in the top of the 5th, 4-0.
The Cardinals get Chris Carpenter back Wednesday.
Braden Looper against Kyle Loesch in that one tonight. And St. Louis probably needs Mr. Carpenter now more than ever. And a little spinner to the right side. Ronnie Belliard throws out Nate McLeod. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Nats are down by 4. Willingham, Harris, then the pitcher's spot.
Trailing the Pirates by a score of 9-5. Now the Potomac Nationals invite you on Friday, May 22nd to join them for Military Appreciation Night at Fitzner Stadium. For more information, call 703-590-2311 or log on to PotomacNationals.com. And some good news to report down on the farm. Tom Malone and Derek Norris both received Player of the Week honors. Malone tossed 8 shutout innings with 7 strikeouts without walking a batter on Friday. And in 6 games during the week, catcher Derek Norris had 5 multi-hit games in which he hit .565 with 9 runs scored. He had 3 doubles and a home run. So some good work going on down there.
Thank you for the update, Debbie. And we go bottom 8 here. Willingham leads off. John Graybo, longtime dependable left-hander out of the Pirate bullpen. He's 30 years of age now. Seems like John's been around forever. His first season with the Pirates, 03. A little bit of funky delivery. He's always featured. Willingham 0 for 3 tonight. Graybo. Man, lots of games. 340 games over the last 5 years. Willingham lashes one down the line. Can it stay fair? Nope. Just hooking foul short of the 336 mark.
Here's our Exmo of Graybo's delivery. See him drop and drive. And then you see the follow through. Look at his hand, almost touched the ground. Bringing all your momentum towards the hitter. Man, that Exmo is cool though. It even shows like the ligaments and tendons and everything coming out of your elbow. Doesn't get any better than that.
Well hit, Josh Willingham, a base hit. I look at that replay of those pitchers' delivery, and I think of something that Steve Busby once told me. Steve Busby is still the only major league pitcher who threw a no-hitter each of his first 2 seasons in the big leagues. Nobody's ever done that other than Buzz. And he was one of the first guys who totally had his shoulder reconstructed, and it ended his career. But he said he was told by a doctor that basically when you're pitching, you're throwing your arm to home plate, and only the strength of those tendons and everything in your elbow are keeping that arm attached to your body. Now, when you think about it in those terms, it's a little scary what pitchers go through just to deliver a baseball at the kind of speeds we're talking about.
This is true. This is true. That's why it's such a fragile part of your body, and why guys have so many problems with their elbows and shoulders, and not just, you know, at the joints either, because it's, my problem was always in the deceleration of my arm and the back of the shoulder. That's where I used to tear up the rotator cuff and the infraspinatus tendon and all that stuff. That's what really ended my career. Wasn't that, you know, I even had a doctor say that my front rotator cuff, there's 2 pieces to it, was one of the strongest he had ever felt, but it was the back that I kept destroying. So like you said, you're not supposed to throw over the top and raise your arm above your shoulder level. So when you do that, you're going against nature, and you're basically trying to throw the front of your shoulder right out of your body and then deliver the baseball. It's actually a beautiful thing, though.
Willie Harris, did he go? No, says Chad Fairchild. 2-2.
There's the Exmo of Willie right there holding up. And it's just as much breaking the wrists, too, that gives away that check swing. If you break the wrist, you're done.
That ball gets away, but Willingham cannot take any chances. The Nats are down by 4. Willie has a double in 3 trips. He's hitting an even, or odd as it were, .333 over his last 8 games. 6 RBIs during that time, 9 walks. Nats need a hit here, or a walk. And that's a bouncer to the right side for LaRoche. Jack Wilson had to tiptoe his way to stay on that bag.
I'm going to go through, I have some baseball card picture of the middle of my delivery, and I'll bring it in for you so you can see it. And you can literally see the parts of my elbow as I'm delivering the ball.
Wow.
But when you're doing it, you don't feel it. It's, you know, but the beautiful thing about technology and that Exmo camera is now you're going to be able to see someone deliver a baseball, and how that machine we call a body delivers the payload that I call the baseball. And it's going to be pretty cool for the viewers.
Austin Kearns has not appeared in a ball game since he was hit by a pitch in the 12th inning by J.A. Happ of the Phillies Friday night.
Remember ABC Wide World of Sports and the end of the beginning of the show where the guy falls off the
ski jump.
That's what I always think about with camera work and stuff. That's one of my favorite things, is when that dude just falls off the jump.
Yeah.
The agony of defeat.
I could see you enjoying that. I've watched a few movies with you on the road. You like the crash scenes. Oh, that's a great fastball. 2-2.
Oh, here's the delivery I'm speaking of. You want to talk about all arms and legs coming at you.
That was torque, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. And that was fun.
The thing I'd be concerned about as a hitter is the fact that you didn't even look at home plate until pretty late in that sequence.
And you know what? A lot of hitters have said that to me over the years. You never looked at home plate. You never looked at us. You know, a lot of pitchers will stare down the hitters and stuff. I never even looked at hitters because they didn't exist to me. It was just me and the catcher, or the catcher and I.
That's an interesting concept. Nats need this ball to get out of play, and it just does, as one of the coolers takes care of that ball instead of Adam LaRoche. On a changeup, Austin Kern strikes out. First time he's seen live pitching in the last 72 hours. And it'll be Josh Bard now batting right-handed with 2 outs in the 8th. Colorado won at Atlanta tonight 5-1. So the Braves are 3 games back of the Mets, who play the Dodgers later tonight. Tim Redding comes off the DL to start for the Mets.
The Mets have been playing quite well.
Yeah, they really had a good time in San Francisco until last night. Randy Wolf for the Dodgers.
I left my earned run average in San Francisco.
Man. We left our hearts in San Francisco.
Oh, man.
That one game.
Yeah, that one game, it was like, you know, having your heart torn out with a spoon. Ouch.
I still have visions of Pablo Sandoval falling down and then hitting a walk-off homer.
Please.
Pablo, next time, stay down. That was hard. 3-1 to Bard. Walks as good as a hit for the Nats here. They need base runners in the 8th inning. Ray Knight, Johnny Holiday sitting by, waiting. Nats extra. I was going to say standing by, but I can see them from here. We can see everybody from here.
I think Ray Knight's son Brooks is out there with him.
Yeah.
Look at Ray out there. Ray could still play.
3-2. And Josh Bard with his second base hit of the night. Willie Harris flying around. He's going to score. And the Nats get it back to 9-6. And Josh Bard has his second RBI double of the year. So Josh collecting his first 2 Washington RBIs tonight.
Well, I think he's got one from both sides of the plate right there. I don't know why they weren't playing no doubles, but that's a double down the line right there for Josh Bard, and Willie Harris comes all the way around to score.
Ronnie Belliard struck out swinging after coming in on a double switch. He led off the 7th. So here he is with a runner in scoring position. A base hit here would be big. And the other thing about this, with Belliard batting, Ryan Zimmerman will bat again in this game. And if the Nats get another base runner, Adam Dunn as well. Guzman on deck. By the way, a footnote on that walk by Christian Guzman back in the 5th inning. It was his first walk this year in 120 at bats, but going back into last year, it was his first walk in 166 plate appearances. So that would be a pace of about 5 walks a year. I think Juan Pierre walks more than 5 times a year. And there's a fastball on the corner, 2-1 to Belliard.
I know Sean Dunston used to walk more than that, and Don Zimmer told him not to walk more than 10 times a year. You don't get paid to walk. Swing.
Sean had some pop in that bat.
Yeah, he did.
He was a power hitting shortstop. We'll see if Ronnie takes another one on 3-1 here. Making John Grable throw him a strike. No activity in the Pirate bullpen. Bottom 8. Nationals down 9-6. Hits are even at 10. That's a good at bat, and the Nats needed that. And Guzman represents the tying run. And he's been a terror from the right side of the plate this year.
Is he about 500?
No, he's only 485.
Oh, he's struggling from the right side of the plate.
Christian Guzman from the right side of the plate. 16 hits and 33 at bats. A base hit here puts him at 500. He's driven in 3 runs right-handed.
Well, a home run has me washing his car for a month.
I'll do the inside detail.
He doesn't like Armor All, though.
Debbie will do the tires. Guzman pulls it, though, right to the third baseman. And the Nats are gone in the 8th. They score a run. They've stranded 2 here and 7 tonight. Into the 9th, the Bucks by 3. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. And by Acura. Acura Advance. Beautifully lit up tonight. The Monument, the Capitol Dome, and Nationals Park. Follow our ball club on your iPhone and iPod Touch with MLB.com. At Bat 2009 featuring play-by-play video highlights and live audio broadcasts. Visit Nationals.com on your iPhone or iPod Touch to purchase. You can just take us wherever you go. We'll be right there with you.
I love my iPhone.
Your new one?
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, my new one. Yeah,
sorry, I don't know what makes me do things like that.
Ouch, yep. I lost one. I lost my iPhone in San Francisco.
Yeah. That's going to be Tony Bennett's next song. I left my phone.
Did you hear they're making a movie about Frank Sinatra?
Really?
Yeah. Who's the guy with the hairy eyebrows? Really good director.
Oh, Martin Scorsese?
Yes, Martin Scorsese. He is doing it, and I guess Johnny Depp and all these other guys want to do the Frank Sinatra.
Well, that could be the role of a lifetime. Craig Monroe leads off the top of the 9th against Joel Hanrahan. Monroe, plenty of damage tonight. He's hit safely 7 of his last 8 games. And his 3rd homer of the year, drove in 3 back in the 3rd to give the Pirates the early lead.
That was my wedding song, Fly Me to the Moon. Frank Sinatra. You know, my wife's Italian. Kind of.
She's a fellow Paisan.
Yeah. I didn't think like Metallica or Slipknot or something would be appropriate. Not with those guests.
No. Greg Monroe on a 3-2 pitch. And Hanrahan blows the fastball by him. And you would call that a tardy swing by a power hitter.
Just a little late. What we would say is take the donut off. Well, you're going to see this is just bringing the cheese right there, right by him. 94 miles an hour, inner half, up. Got no shot.
Next up, Adam LaRoche 0 for 3 with a walk. Nationals won the season series from the Pirates last year. 4 games to 3, taking 3 of 4 here.
Nice.
Took a little bit off, didn't he?
Oh, that was a nasty slider right there. So now you got the guy thinking, okay, he could throw 95 by me or a slider like that. What's he going to throw next?
That's a hammer right there.
You could throw a fastball up and in, or you could throw a slider in the dirt.
Barrel of the bat gone before the ball came in the frame.
Went with the slider in the dirt for the strikeout.
Did he go?
Come on.
Nope.
How about on just where the pitch was? This was just gasoline right here. How do you take that? He even went on the swing. So it was in the strike zone and he went on the swing. Well, strike him out a 3rd time right here.
Three and 2 to LaRoche. It was 0-2. Joel throws him a slider that misses. Hey, I did hear something today that may prove the strike zone is smaller this year. Absolute truth. Proof, too.
This is going to be good.
They're starting playoff games 30 to 35 minutes earlier this October. They know how long these games are. And that's got to have something to do with it.
So with all the advertising during the World Series and stuff, the games can go longer. So we'll start them earlier.
Yeah, they're talking about, you know, like 7:05, 7:10 Eastern time, you know, as opposed to like 7:40. But I mean, watching some of the American League playoff games in recent years has been painful. And the kids are long gone to sleep, losing a whole generation of them. That's a swing. Robbins and Diaz, the catcher, going around. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, I know the advertisers make a lot of money, but you're right. I mean, they should start some games in the afternoons for the kids.
If they wanted fast playoff games, start them at 5 o'clock on the West Coast when nobody can see the baseball. You will have fast games.
Well, the first 3 innings will be no-hit shutout innings.
But I mean, you know, I was watching the Giants and the Mets last night. A Sunday night game, 5 o'clock Pacific time. Tough time to play.
Yeah, there's a shadow around home plate and sun. The pitcher was in the sun. No, since I retired, I'm all about the fans. I mean, whatever we can do to accommodate the fans, especially now in the financial crisis that we're in right now.
Had it, found it, throws it, gets an out. If he'd held on, there might have been a double play at second base, but Joel did well to get a full glove on that thing.
Well, you see him get back into position here to field his position. He's a fifth infielder. Makes a nice play. Oh, I forgot the ball. I'll get the out at first. Nice job right there, almost like a hockey goalie. Remember, you're about 50 feet from the hitter when you deliver the ball. He's upset because he knew he had two if he had caught that on the fly.
And then after the ball got away and the throw over, Adam LaRoche goes to third. His brother Andy bats. And that's a ball that hops right over Zimmerman's glove. And the Pirates lead 10-6. So on this homestand, the Nats have given up 10, 8, 7, 8, and 10 runs to the teams from Pennsylvania.
That's just a bad hop right there that goes over Ryan's glove. He makes that play 9 times out of 10.
And it was ruled a base hit.
Yeah, never touched it.
Jack Wilson having a career night. Came into town batting .254. He's at .293 now.
And I can guarantee you he will go back to the spot he ate lunch at tomorrow.
Hey, he can hit for the cycle, but he's a guy who just doesn't hit home runs. Jack hasn't hit one this year. Last year when he was hurt a lot, he hit one. He's hit 56 in his 8+ year career. He hit 9 in '03. Won a Silver Slugger back in '04 when he hit .308 and hit 11 home runs. That was his big year. 12 triples. This guy's always been a real good steady ball player. He's just one of those guys who comes to the park every day and gives you an honest day's work. Three and one.
Well, once again, though, I mean, this guy, you got to know this guy can't take you deep. Can't hit you out of the ballpark. There's no reason to throw him a breaking ball. You're just out thinking these guys. Just blow him away. And if he hits it, so what? It's what your fielders are for.
Three and two. Andy LaRoche will be running at first. And Hanrahan walks his second man of the inning.
Well, at 3-2, tries to overthrow a little bit. When you hump up and you muscle up, you actually throw slower. The more peaceful you can put your body at, actually the harder the ball will go, but the easier it'll be to throw strikes.
Ramon Vasquez has been around for a while. Broke in with Seattle back in '01. He's the pinch hitter here. 32-year-old infielder. Some time with San Diego, the Red Sox, Cleveland. And last 2 years, hit .230 and then .290 for the Texas Rangers. He actually was in our ballpark last year for interleague play. One ball, one strike. And it is no longer a save situation, but Matt Capps was already up and warming because it was a 3-run game. Rob, is the thinking there, once you warm up your closer, you don't want to waste him?
That is the thinking.
That ball lashed into the right field corner. LaRoche home, Wilson home, and now the Pirates have scored 12. And it's a 3-run inning in the 9th against Joel Hanrahan.
Well, there's the Exmo. That pitch right there.
No one is immune in this bullpen lately, with the possible exception of Ron Vallone. And Delwyn Young locked up on that one. Umpire calls it a strike. 1-1. Young 2 for 5. He's had base hits each of his last 2 times. Milwaukee leads that game 7-0 in St. Louis now. The Mets are just underway at Dodger Stadium, and it's all Pirates here, 12-6. That's a swing and a miss, and the top of the 9th mercifully over. 3 more for the Pirates, 2, 3, and 4 for the Nats. Hard-hitting Nick Johnson, Ryan Zimmerman, and Adam Dunn to follow, but the Nats are way behind now.
National Spark, Johnny Holiday and Ray Knight will be coming up Nats Extra postgame in just a couple of seconds, talking about a pretty good effort tonight. In fact, a heck of a good effort by Ross Detweiler.
Johnny, he really could have pitched much better. He threw the ball exceptionally well. 83 pitches. Of those, 61 were strikes. He had a 3-to-1 fastball ratio to strike to ball ratio with his fastball, 3-to-1 strike ratio with his breaking ball. Showed a great changeup. Didn't throw a lot of curveballs, but his fastball was good. We had errors behind him, 3 errors that actually probably put a little stress on him more than what he felt. And he lost a little bit of his concentration right there. Hit a batter, then gave a home run pitch out over the plate to Craig Monroe, and that was basically the ball game. But I thought he could have gone longer in the ball game, but he hasn't gone longer than 5 innings all year long.
So we'll send it back up to Bob, and Rob will be back at the game's conclusion.
Johnny, thank you, Ray. Matt Capps is a guy who's been around for a while, but he's only 25 years old. He's had an arm issue or two to deal with. 21 saves last year, 18 the year before. For the Pirates, he's their closer. Non-save situation, of course, in a 12-6 game. Nick Johnson, 2 walks, a homer tonight. So in the on-base average department, he's 3 for 4. And his big hit got the Nationals back to within a run back in the 5th. Ryan Zimmerman followed with a homer that tied the game. And Nick's blast is our Ford drive of the game. Metcalf 7 saves this year. Trying to nail it down for Ross Ohlendorf, who pitched 5 innings, gave the Nats that 5-run fifth, but then after he leaves, his team goes out and scores 5 before anybody else has to pitch for the Pirates. So he has a rather fortunate W sitting out there. They were asking before the game which Ross would get the loss. The answer will be neither.
Neither. I think you could.
Here's what Ryan Zimmerman did after Nick Johnson's 3-run blast.
Well, Ohlendorf tried to throw a sinker on the inner half. He threw a hanging sinker right down Broadway and made some customer very happy over by the red porch. Ryan Zimmerman with his 10th home run.
That was a long blast.
It just sounds so good coming off his bat, though. Crunch.
Ryan, 2 more hits tonight. 58 on the year. Fastball rides up and in. His 10th homer and his 31st RBI.
And you brought up a great point before about Manny possibly going longer with the starters. I mean, you know, Detweiler gave up 3 runs in 5 innings. Our bullpen has given up 9 runs in 4 innings.
Yeah.
They only needed to get 12 outs to get a save. And it just it continues to puzzle me, the approach our bullpen has towards the opponents. I mean, you have a guy like Mariano Rivera that has almost 500 saves now in the regular season, and he essentially throws 1 pitch. It's a cutter. And all he does is move it in and out.
So 1 great pitch is better than 3 mediocre ones, huh?
Absolutely. Being convicted with that 1 pitch to get ahead and put guys on the defensive can mean the difference in just getting outs.
That's a great take by Ryan. Not an easy pitch to take on 1 and 2. Double-figure hits for the Nationals again tonight. 5 runs or more for the 9th consecutive game. And they're about to lose their 5th in a row. And really, counting the series in San Francisco and 1 back in Arizona, that would be 8 of the last 9 the Nats have lost. And Zimmerman will fly 1 to right field for Delwyn Young. Nats Extra presented by Verizon. Fios is next with Johnny Holiday. Ray Knight analysis, highlights, conversation, analysis about a lot of things like Detweiler's performance tonight and how the Nats continue to produce offensively.
I hope Johnny and Ray feel the way I think you and I do, that Detweiler should stay here. He shouldn't be the guy that gets sent away.
Well, he did not hurt his chances of starting another game on Saturday night. That ball right off the glove of Robinson Diaz. You would think that'll be a pass ball, sending Nick Johnson to third base with 1 out. So Adam Dunn has an RBI situation here. One and 1 to Mr. Dunn. Low and inside, and that pitch almost got away. Dunn jacks one to right. Moving back to grab it. Delwyn Young doing the splits and falling as he makes the catch. The Nats score on the sacrifice fly. That ball was really hit hard, but Young in a deep no doubles type situation.
Well, you see him slip there, sit down on that knee, and he basically disappears from our camera view over there on the third base side. I always wanted a trap door when I blew a save.
Wow.
Right behind the mound.
And Willingham goes up swinging. That ball will make it to the wall out in center field. So Josh Willingham 2 consecutive hits and a 2-for-5 night with a 2-out double here. Willie Harris will be next. It's just a shame the Nationals cannot keep other teams from putting big numbers on the board, because this offense is an offense that should be winning you ball games. It's unbelievable how well this team is hitting and how poorly it's pitching. Well, this could pay a dividend or two later in the series as the Nats rough up their closer, Matt Capps, here. The last thing John Russell wants is for him to go out and throw 20 or 25 pitches in a 6-run game.
There is nobody that's safe from our offense. I mean, we've put it on Brad Lidge. We put it on Capps tonight. We put it on pretty much anybody that comes in a ball game. Francisco Rodriguez of the Mets. There is no fear from our hitters of any pitcher in this league.
Nationals down to their final strike. Willie Harris 1 for 4 tonight.
And he's trying to figure out how we can hold the opponents to under a touchdown. It's tough.
Fastball just missing up and in.
Here's that last pitch. I don't know. Pitch track right there.
I mean, that's a perfect 0-2 pitch.
If I can't get the inside or the outside part of the plate, I mean, I might as well give it on a tee to this guy. These umpires are tight.
If these are not strikes now, what is it going to be like when the weather gets hot and the ball really starts flying? I mean, things could get really ugly for pitchers.
Well, I think you're going to see closers with 5 ERAs, and you're going to see starters with 6 and 7 ERAs, and it'll be a norm. And you're not going to see guys like Bob Gibson with a sub-2 ERA ever again.
Willie gets himself on the foot with that one.
And what's interesting is it's not former pitchers that are coming to me and saying, where is the strike zone? It's former hitters.
Yeah.
Former fantastic hitters.
Who wish they still had some eligibility.
Exactly. They're the ones that are now complaining because they work for other ball clubs and they're like, they can't believe it. I have no problem with high scoring games if it's earned, but I don't know if people want to watch all the walks. Here's Willie fouling a ball off his foot. Oh, off of the inside of his shin, actually. Well, we'll have a shin guard on that tomorrow. I'm still wondering how Nate McLouth is going to feel tomorrow after getting drilled by Detweiler.
Yeah.
He got it right in the right elbow.
2-2 to Willie Harris. It was 0-2. Somehow gets a piece of that one that was diving down and away from him.
You don't have any figures on how many games we've had double figures hits, have you?
No, but I'd say it's been
a lot.
More than half of the ball games.
Yeah.
And probably this is the Nationals' 37th game tonight. I bet they've had double figure hits in 20 of those games.
That's just amazing.
And a pop-up. And at 10:36, the Nats are put out of their misery here in a ball game that takes 3 hours and 31 minutes for the Pirates to win it in big fashion, Rob. And another great night for the offense and